amigos y bienvenidos a Cuentos con Chelly. En este episodio vamos a leer un libro en inglés. The title of today's book is The Princess and the Warrior. It's written and illustrated by Duncan Tonatiuh. Tu vida Atla, my princess, my warrior. Once upon a time, there lived a kind, beautiful princess named Itza. Even though she was the daughter of an emperor, she loved to spend time with people who grew corn in the milpas. She liked to teach them poetry or flor y canto. Suitors traveled from distant lands to woo her. They presented her with rare and lavish gifts, such as quetzal feathers and turquoise necklaces. They would all say the same thing. You are the most beautiful maiden in the land. Marry me, princess, and you will live in my luxurious palace. You won't have to spend time in the fields ever again. No, thank you, Itza would reply. She was not interested in any of the suitors or their gifts. Popoca's words were music to Itza's ears. She could hear the honesty in his voice, and she fell in love with him. The emperor did not want his daughter to marry a mere soldier. He wanted her to marry a wealthy and powerful Tlatoani, a ruler. But he knew that Popoca was the best and bravest warrior in his kingdom. The emperor and his people had been at war with the Jaguar Claw, the Tlatoani of a neighboring land, for years, and there seemed to be no end in sight. He called Popoca to him. Popoca, the emperor said, if you defeat Jaguar Claw once and for all, I will let you marry my daughter, Itza. Popoca and Itza were overjoyed. Popoca gathered his most courageous men and marched to war. Popoca fought numerous battles. He and his men were injured and almost defeated many times. But when the end seemed near, Popoca would always think of Itza waiting for his return. He would defend himself with his chimali, attack with his macahuitle, and inspire his men to fight with even more courage than before. Slowly the tide turned and Popoca and his men began winning battles. It was clear that they would soon defeat Jaguar Claw. Realizing this, Jaguar Claw devised a plan to steal from Popoca what the warrior cherished most. He bribed one of Popoca's personal messengers. Tell Itza that Popoca has been killed and offer her this potion, Ukli, to soothe her grief. Everything is lost, princess, the messenger said sadly when he arrived at the palace. Popoca and his men fought bravely, but they were defeated and killed. No, that can't be, cried Itza. She locked herself in her chamber and wept and refused to eat or speak with anyone. That night the messenger came to her room. I know your heart is shattered as if it were made of obsidian glass, he said. But take this drink, princess. It will help ease your grief. Ista took the potion and drank it all. Laying down on her petlatle, she fell into a deep sleep. The next day, before night fell and the first Citlali appeared in the sky, Popoca defeated Jaguar Claw. Unaware of the lies the messenger had told, the great warrior and his troops marched back to the palace in triumph, ready to share the good news with the princess and the emperor. But when they arrived, they were met with disbelief. Popoca, said the emperor, one of your messengers told us that you were dead. Ista was heartbroken. She took a special octali to ease her pain, and now we cannot wake her. This can't be true, said Popoca. Ista, my beautiful princess, has to awaken. He ran to her chamber. He kissed her and held her in his arms. He called out her name over and over. But Itza did not wake up. Cool air will surely revive her, Popoca told the emperor. He carried Itza through the throng of villagers who wept as they passed. past the milpas and all through the night to the top of the tepetle. He laid her on a xochitle bed. He knelt down beside her. The cool mountain air soon turned to snow, but still the princess did not wake up. He laid her on a xochitle bed. He knelt down beside her. The cool mountain air soon turned to snow, but still the princess did not wake up. In time, where once there was a princess with her true love by her side, two volcanoes emerged. One is known as the Itztachilhuatle, or Sleeping Woman. The other is known as the Popocatépetl, or Smoky Mountain. Itztachilhuatle continues to sleep, but Popocatépetl spews ashes and smoke from time to time, as if attempting to wake his sleeping princess. Y colorín colorado, este cuento se ha acabado. Thank you for reading with me, friends. ¡Hasta luego!